Jealousy. It can creep into your marriage like a thief in the night, stealing your joy and sowing seeds of doubt. We've all felt its sting, that burning sensation when we perceive a threat to our relationship. Maybe it's a lingering look from a stranger, an overly friendly coworker, or an ex who resurfaces at the most inopportune time. It's important to remember that jealousy is a natural human emotion. It stems from our innate desire for love, security, and the fear of losing something precious. In marriage, jealousy often rears its ugly head when we feel our connection with our spouse is threatened, whether real or imagined. Triggers can vary from couple to couple, but some common ones include a partner's increased attention to someone else, secrecy or evasiveness, or past betrayals that linger in the back of our minds. Recognizing these triggers is the first step towards addressing jealousy in a healthy way. Remember, it's okay to feel jealous. It's how we choose to understand and manage those feelings that ultimately strengthens or weakens our bond. I love you. 3 little words, yet they carry immense weight, especially in the sacred bond of marriage. While it's natural to feel love for family and friends, expressing those sentiments with the same words reserved for our spouse can create confusion and hurt. Imagine this. Your husband tells a female friend, "I love you, you're like a sister to me." While his intentions may be pure, hearing those words can stir up feelings of insecurity and doubt in a wife's heart. It blurs the lines of emotional intimacy and can make her question the uniqueness of your love for her. The phrase "I love you" holds a special place in marriage. It's a declaration of commitment, a promise of unwavering devotion. Reserving these words solely for your spouse safeguards the sanctity of your relationship and reinforces the irreplaceable bond you share. Instead of "I love you," consider expressing affection for others with phrases like, "I care about you," "You're very special to me," or "I appreciate your friendship." These alternatives convey warmth and love without encroaching on the sacred territory reserved for your marriage. Exclusivity. It's the bedrock upon which a strong and lasting marriage is built. It's about more than just physical fidelity. It's about safeguarding your emotional intimacy and ensuring that your heart belongs solely to your spouse. Just as you wouldn't share your toothbrush or your deepest secrets with anyone else, your emotional world should be a sanctuary reserved for the two of you. When we share intimate details of our lives, our dreams, and our vulnerabilities with someone other than our spouse, it can create a wedge in the relationship. Think of it like this: your heart is a garden and your spouse is the gardener. They nurture it, tend to it, and help it bloom. Allowing someone else into that sacred space disrupts the delicate ecosystem you've created together. Exclusivity is not about possessiveness or control, it's about cherishing the unique and irreplaceable bond you share with your life partner. It's about recognizing that your emotional intimacy is a precious gift, one that deserves to be protected and nurtured within the confines of your marriage. Let me share a story about 2 friends, Sarah and Emily, both happily married. Sarah had a close male friend, Mark, whom she'd known since college. They shared inside jokes, confided in each other, and often ended their phone calls with "Love you, talk soon." Emily noticed that whenever Mark's name popped up on Sarah's phone, a shadow of unease crossed her face. Sarah brushed it off, saying, "He's like a brother to me. You know I only love you." One day, Emily stumbled upon a text conversation between Sarah and Mark. It was filled with playful banter and intimate details about their lives. While there was nothing explicitly inappropriate, Emily felt a pang of hurt and betrayal. This story highlights how seemingly harmless words and actions can deeply impact a marriage. Even if there's no physical infidelity, emotional intimacy with someone outside the marriage can be just as damaging. It erodes trust, creates insecurity, and can lead to resentment. Section 5. Rebuilding trust, a foundation of open communication. Trust. It's the lifeblood of any successful marriage, the invisible thread that binds 2 hearts together. When that trust is broken, whether through a small indiscretion or a major betrayal, it can feel like the foundation of your relationship is crumbling. The good news is that trust can be rebuilt, but it takes time, patience, and a commitment from both partners. Open and honest communication is paramount. If you've been hurt by your spouse's actions, share your feelings with them calmly and respectfully. Avoid accusatory language or bringing up past grievances. Instead, focus on expressing how their actions made you feel and what you need from them to rebuild trust. Listen attentively to your spouse's perspective without interrupting or becoming defensive. Seek to understand their motivations and feelings, even if you don't agree with them. Remember, rebuilding trust is not about sweeping issues under the rug, but about addressing them head-on with love, empathy, and a shared desire to strengthen your bond. Section 6. Navigating jealousy: healthy coping mechanisms for couples. Jealousy, while an uncomfortable emotion, can actually be an opportunity for growth in your marriage. Instead of allowing it to fester and create distance, use it as a springboard for open and honest communication. If you're feeling jealous, the first step is to acknowledge and validate your own feelings. Don't judge yourself or try to suppress these emotions. Once you've identified the root of your jealousy, share it with your spouse in a calm and non-accusatory manner. For example, instead of saying, "You're always flirting with her," try, "When I see you laughing and joking with her, it makes me feel a little insecure. It would mean a lot to me if you could be mindful of how it might make me feel." Remember, the goal is not to control your spouse's behavior, but to communicate your needs and work together to find a solution that honors both of your feelings. Section 7. Prioritizing your spouse. Actions speak louder than words. In the whirlwind of life, it's easy to take our spouses for granted. We get caught up in work, kids, and social obligations, forgetting to nurture the very relationship that brings us the most joy. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to combat jealousy and insecurity in marriage is to make your spouse feel like a priority. This doesn't require grand gestures or expensive gifts. It's about the little things, the everyday acts of love and appreciation that say, "You are my person, and I cherish you above all else." Make time for each other, even if it's just a few minutes each day to connect and talk without distractions. Put away your phones, turn off the TV, and give each other your undivided attention. Little gestures go a long way. A surprise cup of coffee, a loving note tucked into their bag, or a simple "I'm so proud of you" can make your spouse feel seen, appreciated, and secure in your love. Section 8. The power of boundaries. Safeguarding your marriage. Boundaries. They're not about building walls or restricting your spouse's freedom. They're about protecting the sanctity of your marriage and ensuring that your relationship remains a top priority. Just as a fence around your home provides safety and security, emotional boundaries in marriage create a safe space for intimacy and trust to flourish. These boundaries will look different for every couple, but some common areas where boundaries are essential include time and attention. Make sure you're both dedicating enough quality time to nurture your relationship. Emotional intimacy. Be mindful of sharing personal information or seeking emotional support from others that should be reserved for your spouse. Physical touch. What's appropriate physical touch with others outside of your marriage? Discuss your comfort levels and set clear boundaries. Remember, boundaries are not about control or mistrust. They're about mutual respect, understanding, and a shared commitment to protecting the sacred bond you share. Section 9. True love's triumph. Nurturing lasting intimacy. True love is not a destination but a journey, a continuous process of growth, understanding, and unwavering commitment. It's about choosing each other day after day and putting in the work to nurture a love that withstands life's inevitable storms. While jealousy and insecurity may rear their heads from time to time, remember that these challenges can actually strengthen your bond if you face them together with honesty, empathy, and a shared desire to build a love that lasts a lifetime. Prioritize open communication, make each other feel valued and appreciated, and establish healthy boundaries that protect the sacred space of your marriage. Remember, true love wins when both partners are committed to understanding, respecting, and cherishing the unique and irreplaceable bond they share.